In May, we presented the tournament to crown a 50 states champion using mostly wrestlers from the 1980s, with a wrestler that was born in every state in the United States. While I chose all the wrestlers in the tournament and set up the brackets randomly deciding matchups for each round, I used ChatGPT to book each match. That way there was no bias as to who would win, and everything was based on the wrestlers involved and who fans might want to see win, at least according to ChatGPT. Now we're going to do the same thing for a tag team tournament, but make it a little different. First of all, a 50-state tag team tournament would be insane. And of course, most tag teams were not born in the same place. While everything is still based on the 1980s, I just went with the first 10 teams to spring to mind. For those that were there to watch wrestling in the 80s, you know tag team wrestling was huge at the time, and there were no lack of regular teams. I just tried to keep it balanced between faces and heels with a couple of teams that could play the part of tweeners. Again, I randomly selected first round matchups and then followed the single elimination bracket from there. I also randomly selected the venue, which turned out to be Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. The tournament was set for 1985, right in the middle of the decade. A massive crowd of 72,000 packs Mile High Stadium for the View Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Tournament of Champions. Fans of Kevin and Kerry Von Erich, the Rock and Roll Express, and the Road Warriors have really come out in force as the crowd remains heavily invested in this once-in-a-lifetime experience throughout the tournament. There are some celebrities at ringside as well. John Elway, John Denver, and Colorado's own Dr. Des Steve Williams sit in the front row. Gordon Soley and Lance Russell are at ringside to provide commentary, while Howard Finkel serves as the ring announcer. The opening match of the tournament puts the Fabulous Ones, Stan Lane and Steve Kern, against the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. The younger Michaels and Jannetty bring incredible energy and athleticism to the match, keeping Lane and Kern off balance at first. The veteran Fabulous Ones eventually gain control of the match with their more polished ring savvy. Michaels dazzles the crowd with some impressive aerial moves, but a mistimed double team allows Kern to get Jannetty in position for the rocket launcher. The Fabulous Ones win in 14 minutes and 12 seconds. Next up is a battle of the brother teams. Kevin and Kerry Von Erich take on the Long Riders, Scott and Bill Irwin. Scott and Kevin start out the match, with Scott getting the upper hand early with a low blow as the referee was distracted by Bill. The Irwins keep Kevin on their side of the ring, wearing down the older Von Erich brother. The crowd erupts when Kevin finally makes it to his corner to give Kerry the hot tag. Kerry comes in and lays out both Irwins, knocking Bill on his back in the ring and knocking Scott from the ring apron, putting momentum on the Von Erich side. And Kevin and Kerry win the match when Kerry hits Scott with a discus punch before tagging Kevin back in. Kevin applies the Iron Claw to Scott's head to take the victory in 12 minutes and 46 seconds. The third match of the first round puts the fabulous Freebirds Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts with Michael Hayes in their corner against two of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, with manager James J. Dillon. The match feels like a main event from the second the wrestlers step into the ring. Roberts counters Blanchard and Anderson's technical precision, while Gordy injects some brute force into the match. Both Hayes and Dillon attempt to interfere and end up standing off against each other outside the ring. Late in the match, Dillon puts Blanchard's foot on the rope to avoid a pin by Roberts, drawing Hayes to that side of the ring where he knocks Dillon to the floor. Anderson leaves the ring apron to fight Hayes at ringside, distracting the referee from the match long enough for Gordy to come in and hit Blanchard with a chair. Roberts pinned Blanchard as the referee turned around to take the win in 18 minutes and 21 seconds. Next, the Midnight Express, consisting of Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton, managed by Jim Cornette, take on the Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff. The Koloffs use their power advantage early as they keep Condrey in the ring for several minutes, giving him a tremendous beating as they tag in and out. After almost 10 minutes, Condrey finally breaks free and makes the hot tag to Bobby Eaton, electrifying the crowd as he takes on both Russians. Ivan would eventually get the upper hand, but Jim Cornette distracts him from outside the ring long enough for Eaton to make his way to the top rope. Eaton hits Ivan with a knee and gets the pin, as Condrey cuts off Nikita coming into the ring. The Midnight Express win in 16 minutes and 5 seconds. The final match of the first round puts the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, with manager Paul Ellering, against the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. The crowd is split nearly down the middle on who to favor in this match. Morton and Gibson's speed and agility keep them in the match, but eventually the Road Warriors' power proves to be too much. Morton spends several minutes getting battered before making a desperate tag to Gibson. Robert turns the momentum slightly, but Animal overwhelms him physically. The match ends as Animal puts Morton on his shoulders to set up Hawk for the Doomsday device. Hawk pins Morton after 13 minutes and 58 seconds to take the victory. With 5 teams left for the second round, a bye is randomly drawn. The Road Warriors have drawn the bye, automatically putting them in the third round. In the first match of the second round, Kevin and Kerry Von Erich take on the Fabulous Ones, Stan Lane and Steve Kern. A fast-paced, crowd-pleasing match, Lane and Kern start to frustrate the Von Erichs with quick tags and crisp teamwork. Eventually, Kevin's unpredictable style shifts momentum when he catches Lane in the corner with a knee and some stiff shots to the head and chest. Both men tag out and Kerry overpowers Kern, wearing him down until catching him with a discus punch to get the pin in 15 minutes and 9 seconds. Kevin and Kerry advance to the third round. Next, Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts with Michael Hayes take on Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton with Jim Cornette. This combination of Freebirds and Midnight Express have never faced each other before. And Condrey and Eaton's precision and teamwork do well to counter Gordy's brawn and Roberts' technical skills early, but the fans are almost more interested in Hayes threatening Cornette outside the ring. Roberts catches Eaton off guard at one point with a small package, but the pin is broken up by Condrey. Eaton gains the upper hand and appears to have Roberts almost out as he sets up for an Alabama Jam. However, Roberts moves and makes the tag to Gordy. After a powerbomb, Gordy pins Eaton as Roberts prevents Condrey from breaking it up, and Hayes floors Cornette outside the ring. The Freebirds win in 17 minutes and 44 seconds. For the third round, another bye is drawn. This time it is the Fabulous Freebirds getting the bye, and they will automatically move on to the finals. The crowd is pulsating for the only match of the third round as Kevin and Kerry Von Erich take on the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, with Paul Ellering. The Von Erichs and Road Warriors have never faced each other before, bringing to life a dream match for the fans in Denver. It was power versus power at first, with both teams getting and giving their hardest shots. The Von Erichs start to make more use of their agility and have Hawk and Animal reeling several times. Kevin almost puts Animal out with the Iron Claw, while Kerry knocks Hawk to the floor with the discus punch. A turning point for the Warriors comes late in the match when Animal breaks up a pin attempt at the last possible second as Kevin was applying the Iron Claw. The Warriors regrouped, sending Kerry out of the ring and setting Kevin up for the Doomsday device to take the win at 19 minutes and 3 seconds. During an extended break to give the Road Warriors time after their semifinal match, Gordon Soley and Lance Russell talked to members of the crowd. The Road Warriors appear to have the majority of the crowd on their side, but some fans point out the extra rest could benefit the Freebirds, especially after Hawk and Animal's long match against the Von Erichs. The crowd is on its feet as Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts with Michael Hayes make their way to the ring, while Hawk and Animal with Paul Ellering get the slightly louder response from the fans. Gordy and Animal start out with the Freebirds attempting every shortcut in the book, with Hayes constantly interfering. Paul Ellering comes over and begins brawling with Hayes, and all 4 wrestlers begin brawling in the ring. The referee regains control and sends both Hayes and Ellering to the back for the rest of the match. Near the end of the match, Animal hits Roberts with a power slam before tagging in Hawk, and then running over to knock Gordy from the ring apron. Hawk hits Roberts with a vicious clothesline to gain the pinfall victory at 14 minutes and 37 seconds. In a shocking result to, well, nobody, the Road Warriors win the tournament and are crowned the View Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Tournament Champions. Hawk and Animal received the tournament trophy, being presented by Greeley, Colorado native Amanda Peterson. Okay, she was only 14 in 1985, but she was the only pretty celebrity from Colorado I could think of. And there you go, the Road Warriors take the tournament victory. Really not a shock, as they were widely regarded as the most dominant tag team of the 1980s. It might have been interesting to see who won between the Fabulous Ones and the Midnight Express, as Stan Lane stepped into Dennis Condrey's place with the Express in 1987. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know if I will do another one of these. Some people may think it's nothing more than putting some words into a program, but it's actually pretty frustrating getting decent images for the visual. In fact, I'm going to share some of the images that didn't come out quite right on the end screen. Otherwise, they are kind of fun to do. If you are new here and haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, not necessarily in that order. And I will see you next time.